What the is going on?
That should work. Okay. What's up, beautiful people? What's up, party people? How's everyone doing? Where's my phone? Okay, I have everything. Is everything on? Okay, once again, I will be checking that this works every 5 seconds. Because if it starts to not work, I will break something that belongs to me, which will be an inconvenience to myself, but I will do it to make a point. Because if you break, like if you cause yourself issues, whoa, like if you do that, like, okay, like self-destruction is kind of like a motivational tactic where it's like, do better or else I'm going to keep self-destructing. I won't self-destruct. Well, no, that's not self-destruction. Just be your own worst enemy, where it's like, yeah, that makes sense in my head, but I don't know how to make that word. Oh shit. I need water. Hold on. I need my fucking water. Hey. Alright, I got my water. Oi. Get into my sandwich. Alright. Okay, what's up, guys? Okay, first things first. What? Damn, it's right there. First things first, what? Excuse you! Boo, fucking Mark. That was you this time, Mark. So we have had some upgrades to the set. I told you it would get better along the way. What upgraded? My mindset. That's really about it. Let me tell y'all, bro. Okay, wait, firstly. Hello, welcome back to another episode of the second ever episode of Dommy Issues. I am your host, Dom. I am lovely, but it's lovely to have you here with me. Whether you're listening, watching, or jerking it right now, I'm happy that you're here. Well, no, not that third, fourth one, the last one. Man, let me tell y'all, this podcast, I want to start off with saying thank you. The feedback that I've gotten from everyone is just the most. I feel so much gratuity, and it's like you bought a pack of Skittles and you opened it, but it's M&Ms. Like, it's more than you could have wished for. It's better than you expected. I definitely went into starting this podcast with having kind of a, like I told y'all in the previous episode, I said, like, no expectations. Because if I do it only for the expectation of hitting like a number or a goal or anything like that, I'll always be dissatisfied. Or you're setting yourself up for failure versus find the satisfaction in just doing it. Just saying you're going to do something. I find a lot of satisfaction personally within myself when I say I'm going to do something and I just do it. No matter I'm going to, like how can I put? Okay, so the easiest way I can like put this into perspective is when I was on. God damn it, bro! I mean, get a hold of the reins, because right now the gosh darn, what's that thing that horses ride or men ride? Well, men ride it. Carriages. The carriage is out of control. It's off the road. The wheels are falling off. Fix it. All right. So I'm sorry. I did drink 300 milligrams of caffeine today in total, so I'm definitely off one. Typically, I don't have any caffeine except for like maybe a coffee in the morning. But grace and patience, am I right? What was I talking about? Oh, the best way I can put this in perspective is like when I was doing my bodybuilding prep I started February of 24. What year are we in? Yeah, I started it February of 24, and I didn't finish prep until July 22nd, 21st of 2024. So it was about 6 months of prep. It was I think overall it was 29 weeks. Definitely was like the toughest thing I have done to date. And I remember it's not a poor sport. It's just a difficult sport, especially on your mental health, because it is a sport similar to that of a pageant. It's basically a pageant for just jacked people, right? It is, you're stepping on a stage to willfully get compared to other humans based solely off of how you look. Probably not the best decision for me to do that, considering the things that I've struggled with since I was a child. But I think there was a part of me that wanted to do it the most because you know, I kind of wanted to prove to myself and like my younger self, like, I always told myself like I want to do a bodybuilding show, I want to do a bodybuilding show. But then I just wanted to prove to myself like I could do it. I could look like the guys that I used to dream of looking like. I can look like the people who I used to obsess over watching Netflix and YouTube videos on day in and day out. I mean, constantly, right? I just wanted to prove that I could do it too and that I could too look like that. Lo and behold, it brought up a lot of issues back from my past, but it also helped me get the reins on them after the fact. Like I've dealt with, and trigger warning, eating disorders. I've dealt with body dysmorphia. Not dealt, I do. Like, to be frank with you guys, I do struggle with those things. EDs, body dysmorphia, perception issues. Like I struggle with that every single day, and I have since I could remember. I grew up a overweight kid. I was made fun of. I wasn't bullied to the point of like, my head was getting pushed into the toilet or anything of that nature, but fucking kids are mean, man. Like I was bullied for it, and it left me. I have memories. Damn, I'm really just trauma dumping on y'all. Real like this was not what I was supposed to talk about, but I guess this is what I do. I would go home and I would cry every morning. Not every morning. There'd be a lot of mornings where I cried because I didn't like how I looked before school. I'd stand in the mirror and grab my fat around my body and cry and like wishing I could just tear it off my body. And I'm talking like young, like I was a child, dude. I was a very young kid. I remember I have a memory. I don't know how I can word this without getting in trouble, but I don't think I can share this memory because that's how can I say this? Okay, you're gonna have to read between the lines here. I had a dream. You're picking up what I'm putting down. It was a dream. Where I was standing. I remember multiple times, like standing in the mirror as a kid, like a young kid, man. And I would have a pair of, scissors, and I would grab the areas of fat, mostly in my midsection. That's where I personally carry a lot of that weight, just genetically. You can't change that. But it just sucked, and I remember I would sit there and just wish, like I would, and allegedly, hypothetically speaking, hold it to the area and just wish I could just remove it, to get rid of it. And that followed me. I mean, things like that carried with me for the rest of my life. Where, thankfully, they've made me the man I am today, to the person of, I won't stand for people being fucking belittled and bullied and disregarded just because of the way that they look. Because don't get me wrong, in my mind, I do think that you can change that most of the time, barring, medical issues and things of that nature. But I still have sympathy and empathy for those people who struggle with that. But I will also, like, it made me, growing up that way made me very empathetic, to where there were times I was outcast as a kid and as a middle schooler, elementary schooler, high schooler, those nature, like it happens, I think, to everyone, where I was outcast, and I was always, I remember how it felt. Like I remembered how it felt in the moment. Obviously, it's in the moment you can remember, but it's like I sat with the emotions, and I remember just how much it sucked. And I've always made it a point to, when there's a new person at work, I'm the first one to go, because I know they're fucking nervous, and all they want is for people to be welcoming. Hey, dude, what's up? I'm so and so. Nice to meet you. Where are you from? What's your name? Whatsoever. Because I want them to feel welcomed. I want them to feel wanted and appreciated. If I hear someone, outside of like a joking manner, because that you got to toe the line of, okay, we're just joking with friends, and then it's like, hey, like that's a fucked up thing to say. Saying like, telling the other person, shut the fuck up. Oh, I gotta stop. I'll bleep it, bro. Telling the other person like, yo, shut your mouth. Like that's fucked up, bro. And then telling the other person like, are you okay? Asking them, like checking in, are you okay? Honestly, you can tell me. I understand. I'll be able to relate to them. That's something I'm very thankful for. Is I have a podcast, and I'm openly sharing this with anyone to watch and view and listen to, and to judge however they seem or if they'll fit. Hopefully my mic hasn't been covering my mouth this whole time. But I'm very open with everything that I've ever experienced, and I will tell you anything and everything. I don't mind, because I believe that I experience things, or we all experience things in order to better lead others. So I'm willing to put, my heart on the line or my feelings on the line to share with you a similar experience or an experience of mine to help you feel possibly more comfortable, or feeling, hey, this person understands me, I can share with them, or this person might have some insight I want to share with them, rather than, putting on a front like, I've never been fucking sad before. I ain't never fucking cried. I ain't fucking cried before. Damn, this really got sad quick, yo. I just off rip opened up. I guess that's what the universe is telling me to do. Yeah, so to backtrack to why... Damn, I mean, I don't even know what I was talking about. I was saying how... whatever. Fuck. I can't do this. I can't fucking do this! I have no control of the reins. I'm reaching for the reins with a dino clicky, like a dino grabber. Come here, come back. Oh shit. Okay, I will apologize right now. I can't even remember what I was talking about beforehand, so hopefully I can wrap it up. Let me try to think really to wrap it up real quick so I can move on. When I was doing my bodybuilding show, to completely back to the very beginning, halfway through the bodybuilding show, like when it got really tough, and like that's a sport where it's like you are training by yourself. You train by yourself. You eat by yourself. You do your cardio by yourself. You sleep by yourself. You do everything. It's on you. Nobody else. You have to execute every single part of the play, right? You are every single part of the choir. You have to do everything. So it gets real lonely. It does. It gets fucking lonely when you're doing that prep. And especially if you're competing to win. If you're just competing to compete, yeah, it's easy as a day. I mean, eat your food, do your cardio, whatever. But if you're competing to win, it's a whole nother story. It's a whole nother ballgame, right? But during that time, I remember I had a very clear, like I was having so much anxiety of, man, like what's all this, like why am I suffering for? Because it sucked. Like it's hard. And I would ask myself, like, why am I suffering? Why am I putting myself through this? I could lose the whole thing. Like, what would it be worth if I lost everything? Blah, 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 blah. And then I had the realization, because I would go on nightly walks, because you have to hit a certain step count every day. And I remember during my nightly walk this one night, I came to the realization, and I spoke myself through it. And I talked about to myself, because I would go on these walks like without my phone or anything, just to think, clear my head, and try to calm down before the nighttime or before I went to bed, because you have to sleep really well when you're on prep. It's very important. Well, you have to sleep really well all the time, but especially in a state like that, like you have to be dialed in on your sleep. And I remember I just would tell myself, all in all, say worst comes to worst, I step on that stage and I get last place. I get last place. I don't place at all. My family's disappointed in me. I suck. It's the worst thing ever, whatever, what have you. And I told myself, I came to the realization, like, if that were to happen, I would feel, of course, destroyed. I would, of course, feel very sad, very like I let myself down, et cetera, et cetera. But then I told myself, all in all, no matter what, if I step on that stage and I win first place, which I did, or if I get absolute last place, dog bottom of the barrel, I can walk on that stage knowing I gave my 100% effort. I didn't cheat. I didn't skip. I did my cardio correctly. I trained hard. I did everything I could do. I did everything within my power to bring my best package to that stage. The end result will be the end result, and I can only control so much of that. So to bring this back around to the podcast and other things, like I think that's something that really has dug into the who I am as a person of the, and it really helped me with the realization of I cannot control anything but myself. I can't control the weather. I can't control the temperature. Well, that's the weather. You fucking idiot! I can't control a lot of things. The only thing that I myself can control is what I do and how I act accordingly. You know, someone can try to punch me in my face, I can get hit in my face, and you can either fucking, or, you know, you can go, something's wrong with you, bro. You know, like there's just, that was a terrible analogy. What is wrong with you? Turning into a Maya, bro. Whatever. So what was I talking about? Oh, I will say, okay. Dommy Issues, right? That's the name of the podcast, right? Listen up here. Listen up, y'all, because this is, I don't want to get copied. The beat. Y'all know that song. There's no way y'all don't. Anyways, okay, Dommy Issues. What the fuck is going on in my life right now? And why is it an issue? And why is it now your issue too? Firstly, first things first, I'm sick. I've got the suds right now. About a week ago, I tested positive for strep. And I was like, because my throat hurt, right? Like the left side of my mouth like hurt. Like I was fine. I remember I was fine. I went to work. I was fine. I ate my breakfast. The second I took my last swallow of food, boom, tonsil was hurting like crazy. Like not even like when I was swallowing or anything. It was just like throbbing constantly. I was like, damn, like this really hurts. Like something's going on. I gave it a few hours. I was like, it's only getting worse. So I ended up going to urgent care. They tested me and whatnot. They said I tested positive for strep. I was like, that's crazy because it doesn't feel like strep. Usually like you have like the dots on the back of your throat and whatnot. I didn't have any of those. So whatever, I tested positive for strep. I got my antibiotics. Those have been kicking my ass. I don't even get what an antibiotic does. An antibiotic sounds like it'll heal you. No. It just makes you fucking sicker, I swear to God. My life has not been fun. So I got my antibiotics, right? I think it's amoxicillin. I got my antibiotics. Been taking them how I'm supposed to. 3 times a day. Monday. You fucking dirtbag. Morning, afternoon, and evening. Okay? 1 each for 10 days straight. So then, fucking days pass. I think like 4 days pass or whatever. And I'm like, I'm only getting worse here. I don't know what's going on. So I went back to the doctor. Went back to doc. Finally, I got like the really nice doctor. She's the sweetest angel. I forget her name. Because the first time I went, I had the fucking guy who does not let you talk. He will talk over you the whole time. The entire time. You won't get a fucking word in. So I finally got this lady. She's helping me. She even ordered x-rays. She was like, I want to get x-rays just to make sure. I got x-rays done in my lungs and whatnot. It was actually so sweet. When I went to my x-rays, they called my name. And I walked back there. And she does my x-rays all nice and whatnot. And she goes, by the way, I love your content so much. And I was like, oh my God, thank you, Queen. I love you. And then the girl behind the window pane who's hiding from the radiation also laughed. And like, I think she knew my stuff too. And I was like, oh my God, thanks, Queens. Have a good day. They were so sweet. But then I left. I go back. And then, bro, oh my God. I was sitting in the damn ham sandwich. I was sitting in the damn room for 35 minutes, like 35 minutes probably, because I was in there first, and then she ordered the x-rays. I had to go to the radiology and then get my x-rays and then go back into the room, right? I didn't have to like check in with anyone. She's like, just come right back when you're done. I was like, okay, cool. Went back into my room. I was in there for like 35 minutes or something, and I'm like, did someone, hello? Like, there's no one checking on me. I was this close to start playing with and they had me in the room full of medical gear. I was about to start playing with, can I say that word? All the tools, everything they had, forceps, syringes, fucking scalpels, fucking gloves, the ear thing, the tongues, the whole nine, brother. They had diapers in there. I was about to just put on a diaper just fucking because it's a free world. Free will maxing. Oh, fuck. I'm so sorry. So to apologize when I'm coughing and all that, if I'm sniffling and everything, if it makes you gross, well, it makes me gross, but if it grosses you out, cope, I guess. What, you've never been fucking sick before, Willy Wonka? Shut the fuck up. Grace and patience, motherfucker. Oh my God, that was so rude. Grace and patience, please. So I'm sitting there for like 35 minutes. So I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, I've watched all the TikToks at this point. There's no more TikToks to watch. So I poke my head out, and there's some goober walking down. I'm like, hey, brother. I was like, did y'all forget about me in here? And he was like, I don't think so. And I was like, okay, cool, sick. Okay, yeah, for sure, because it doesn't seem that way. It definitely seems like you remembered I'm here. But then some other guy, he's higher ranking, because it's a military medical center. He walks by, and he's super like, hey, what's going on? Like, what happened? And I was like, oh, I went to go get x-rays. I came back. I haven't heard anything for like 35 minutes. I was just checking in, make sure y'all knew I was here and whatnot. He's like, oh, usually it could be like either radiology hasn't sent over your things yet, or like it's just taking doc a little bit of time to look at it, or what have you. He's like, I'll go check in to make sure, like, see what's going on. I'll let you know. I was like, thank you very much. I very much appreciate you. He came back within 2 minutes, and he was like, hey, yeah, she knows. She's about to look it over. It was just taking a second for her to go over. I was like, okay, cool. Appreciate you. And he was like, yep, of course. I was like, thank you for being nice. There's nothing better than when people are just nice. Just doing their, just normal, really. Because the absolute worst is when you go somewhere. When I worked in service, no matter the type of day I was having, I was fucking nice to you if you were a customer. Up until you got disrespectful, which never happened to me because I wish the motherfucker would. I would dare them. I dared them. But for some reason, every time I came into the picture, people switched up and got nice and fucking knew how to act. So thankful for that one. Has there? I'll ponder on that and think if there's anything that ever happened before. I don't think there is. Anytime anything happened, it was not me. I've never had, usually people are really nice. I don't know. But I make it a point to be very nice off rip. Like, not fake nice. Like, it's genuinely, just nice. When I'm talking to people, I can easily just turn nice. Even if I'm having a bad day. But there's nothing worse than when you go to somewhere, especially like a hospital or urgent care or ER or anything like that, and the person helping you is like, yeah, what can I do for you? And you're like, hey, I just got shot. Like, okay, fill out this checklist form for me, please. And you fill it out, and like, okay, here, like, I'm bleeding. Okay. You can hear like their nails. Okay, if you can have a seat over there for me, please. I'd be dead. Yeah, thanks. You're like, well, that's not a good example. Like, what's actually something that happened where someone was mean to me? Let me think. I don't know. I don't let negative things ponder on my mind for too long. I say that as I literally just like trauma dumped my fucking childhood fucking nightmares to you guys for the first fucking 10 minutes of this podcast. Whatever. Deal with it. Deal with it. Okay. Ew. You're disgusting. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. God. So I finish. I get the x-rays. The lady comes back in. She goes, so it looks like you also have pneumonia. You have pneumonia now. And I was like, oh, that's great. Yeah. No, that's cool. No, that's cool. That's great. So she put me on antibiotics for pneumonia. I have about 7 bottles of pills in that room, prescribed medications, for strep and pneumonia. And an inhaler. What do I need an inhaler for? I remember I had an inhaler, I think, when I was a kid. That was nutty. I was just a fat kid, and they were like, oh, you have asthma. I'm like, bro, I'm just fat. I can't breathe when I run. I remember when I was growing up, when I would run a mile for like PE class, my mile was like 30-something minutes, bro. That's fucking crazy. Oh, and then you had the people who ran like fucking cross country or played fucking soccer running it in 7 minutes. And it's like, fuck you. Go play basketball, you piece of shit. I'll just sit here running the mile the whole class. Whatever. We would laugh the whole time. I remember me and my buddy Chris and like Sienna and them, like we would walk the mile or jog it so slowly. And we'd be laughing the whole time. I loved Chris. I used to have this kid that was my friend in high school or middle school and elementary school named Chris. He was the first ever openly gay guy I ever knew. He was like a big teddy bear, but he was like openly gay. Like everyone knew it. Like kudos to him for that young of an age being so confident in who he is. He did not hide it whatsoever. Like he was him. And he was so funny. I loved Chris. Chris, if you somehow are watching this, I love you. Like that dude was fucking awesome. And he was like best friends with like Sienna and Natalia and all of them because that was just his girls. But I remember we would just do that during PE and just laugh and fucking hate our lives. But it was whatever. So I'm currently struggling with strep and pneumonia. So that's why I sound congested. My body's tired. I have been sleeping like garbage the past 2 nights. I don't know if it's from antibiotics. It has to be from the antibiotics because this is not normal. Don't get me wrong. Growing up, my parents would call me Enfuego because when I would sleep, like in the bed with them or anywhere, I would just sweat profusely, like crazy. Like I would just get crazy hot. When I sleep, my room's got to be like 60 degrees or below. Like I am hot when I sleep. I'm a hot sleeper. I'm very hot. All right. And so they would call me Enfuego, whatever. So then recently, like been sleeping just fine. I have like night bedding and all that. I go sleep just fine. The past 2 nights, I woke up about 7 times throughout the night, just absolutely drenched in sweat. I mean, drenched like none other in sweat. Oh my God, I need to check. Oh, no. Oh no. Fuck. Okay, well, great. We have to take a fucking break so I can charge this battery real quick. So, damn, I need to buy another battery. Why didn't I buy that one when I went to the store? My camera's about to die, so I need to go fucking charge the battery. So, next time you see me, it'll be only 5 seconds later because that's how it works. Okay, phenomenal. Talk to you soon. All right. Okay. All right, love you. Okay. Okay, love you. Bye. Okay, bye. All right, well, I'm back. Y'all gonna be pissed at me, though. Damn. Marshall gonna be pissed at me for that one. What's that? What's that from? Oh, from The Hangover. Man. Marshall gonna be pissed at me for that one. Marshall? Doug? No. Black Doug? No. Whatever, it's from The Hangover. Y'all gonna be surprised. I have no clue where I left off. So the only... hold on. What else? Okay, I remember I was like, okay, strep and pneumonia. What else is going on right now? My right shoulder, I think I have an abscess in my right shoulder. So that's real fun. That's nice. It started being sore about Thursday. And then I'm talking like sore, like bad, like ready. That's as far as I can go without it hurting, right? Like it hurts to do that. If there's pressure on it like that, like I can feel it. If I'm actually like focusing on putting on the muscle, it hurts really bad. That's as far as I can put it. It hurts to go there. It's not fun. So if it's that sore for another 2 days, like if it doesn't change at all tomorrow, I'm going to go to urgent care and tell them like, yo, I'm pretty sure I have an abscess. I don't even know how like you check to see if you have one. I wonder if like you can see it from an MRI or probably an X-ray. Let's see. Do I want to ask ChatGPT or ask Google? Because if I use Google, it already just AIs it anyway. So I will talk to ChatGPT because I think ChatGPT is fun. ChatGPT is actually insane. I use it for many things. Get mad at me all you want, but if you get mad about AI, you sound like a boomer. Like you have to think about how boomers back when I already have ChatGPT Plus, bruh. I got that shit on me. The way that boomers would react to when the internet was being created, you know, they would say like, we used to read books. You new generation don't want to do any of the work yourself. We would have to read books and talk to one another and find out the information on our own. Shut the fuck up, Grandpa. Get with the times. The internet's coming around. That's what I imagine my dad probably said to his father. Well, no, because his dad died when he was young. Ew, sorry, Dad. But I imagine that's what I would at least say to my dad if that's how he acted. Luckily, my dad is like, AI's scary, but, you know, useful. Versus now, people are like against AI and people I talk to are like, oh, well, like, why use AI when, like, you have to look up the sources yourself on Google and go through the sources on your own and make sure these things and that and the third. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go spend an hour figuring out what you want to figure out. This is what I did last night. I was hanging out with my friends and we were talking about like ChatGPT and we were talking about the differences and like why we don't like it or do like it. And my friend Anna is like really against it. And I looked at her and I was like, it doesn't make sense. If I could look at Avi and I know Avi has the answer. She knows what the answer to my question is. And then right next to Avi is a book. And this book, somewhere in that book is also the answer They'll give me the exact same thing, right? Which one are you choosing? Because sorry, I'm just asking Avi. She'll give me exactly what I need to know, the same thing that the book would tell me, and I can get it in 10 seconds. Not even. I go, Avi, where's the clitoris? And then she'll say, it doesn't exist. That's just made up. Have you really fallen for that? Oh my gosh, we made that thing up. It doesn't exist. And I'd go, that's what I fucking thought. I knew it. And then we'd be done. Or I can spend the next however long it takes, at least 5 minutes, if you know how to correctly read a book. Well, yeah, whatever. If you know how to correctly read a book to find the information, at least 5 minutes, right? Over time, I continuously keep picking the book. 5 minutes quickly adds up to fucking multiple hours. That turns into days. That turns into weeks and years and decades, right? Versus I asked my friend Avi, now I have so much at the end of it. It's compound interest. I have so much spare time that I can one day spend on my children, being with them and my robot wife, because AI will progress into be. I saw a post where it was like, oh my gosh, when I'm older, my children are going to try to date robots and I'm not going to approve of that. And they're going to call me robophobic and something else. Was it robophobic? I think it was robophobic. And then the comments were like, this is like very possible. Like that's a very possible thing that could happen where 40 years from now, it'll be like, what's that movie with Megan Fox? No fine shit. Except for her thumbs. She got some wonky thumbs. Where she's like a robot sex doll kind of thing. Where that's kind of like a thing. Like that'll be a thing. I can't wait. Yeah. So my shoulder hurts really bad. How the fuck? I was gonna ask ChatGPT. Oh my god, you guys know the picture of like, I think it's from Horrible Bosses. It's at least the guy who's in Horrible Bosses, and behind him he has like a diagram with a bunch of red tacks in it with lines, and he looks crazy and he's like trying to explain something. That's how my podcast episodes will forever feel. And you know what? I'm proud of that. I want you to be confused. I want you to turn this podcast on and be worse off than you were before. All right, we're going to talk to ChatGPT. Well, use voice mode. Yeah, fire. Just failed to start voice mode. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's sick. No, my AC turned off. No. Hold on. All right, bro. I don't want to have to type this in. Oh, my God. Chat GPT. OpenAI. OpenAI. Hey, you open? OpenAI. Oh, I'll get into that in a second. All right, I have to prop up the microphone correctly. What was I going to ask? How does a doctor use imaging to confirm if there's an abscess? ABCESS? Nope. What's the correct? ABSCESS. Within a muscle. I can type faster than that, bro. I'm just like, you can see what I'm doing right here. Here, let me move this shit so I can look like a fucking goddamn professional. Am I not connected to the internet? Why is my stuff not working? Unable to load. Retry. What are we doing? Okay, just Google it. How does a doctor use imaging to confirm if there's an abscess within the shoulder? See, it literally AIs it for you on Google anyways. So even if you are one of those people who's like, well, just Google it and figure it out yourself. Hey, congrats. I'll try that and it'll just AI it for me themselves. Like, I can't stop. You can't be stopped. AI won. We're fucked. Get with the program, boomer. Anyways, ultrasound. Oh, duh. Or a CT scan or an MRI. Why ultrasound is often the first choice for evaluating skin and soft tissue infections, including shoulder abscesses. Fire. That's easy. CT scans provide detailed imaging of soft tissue and can be helpful in cases of deep-seated or unclear abscesses. not well visualized by ultrasound. And then an MRI is a powerful tool for evaluating soft tissue infections and can help delineate the extent of the infection, identify occult abscesses, and determine the course of treatment. An MRI with intravenous contrast can differentiate abscess from focal cellulitis or fluid accumulation by highlighting the enhancing wall and non-enhancing pus. Ew. I hate that word. Pus? Here's some words I hate real quick. You know how people are like, oh, I hate the word moist? I think moist is a very perfect word. It sounds exactly like what it is. Ooh, that's something else I was really scared for. Okay, so another issue I'm having, y'all just getting everything right now. Another issue I'm not only having now, but I've had for the past 5 years at the least. No, I didn't have it before the military. So I have, both my hips are destroyed. I have what's called a cam type morphology, basically where the bone has become overgrown. And let me just Google this one too. What is a cam type morphology? Cam type morphology in the context of hip joints refers to an abnormal shape of the femoral head, specifically a bump or bony prominence at the femoral head-neck junction. This altered shape can lead to femoral acetabular impingement, where the femoral head and acetabulum, the hip socket, just call it that, don't move smoothly against each other during hip movement, potentially causing pain and damage to the labrum and cartilage. That's exactly what I have, and it is like to the top extent. So basically, in normal human words, the hip is like a ball and it goes into the socket. The hip, it's not a ball. Well, I guess a ball. It's just like spherical shaped. It's supposed to be like perfectly round and circle. Mine is perfectly round and circle, but then just at the end, it has extra bone where it comes kind of out at a straight point. That extra bone digs into the cartilage within the socket, going through it. So now it is now hitting nerves and other bones. So it's just painful all the time. No matter what I do, I'm in pain. And that's the way I live my life. So today I was supposed to go to the hospital and get hip injection into my hip, but I had to cancel it because it's not just one hip is the issue. Both are the issue. So I canceled it. I have to now go to my doctor and ask the doctor, even though the orthopedic surgeon I already spoke with said you are an excellent candidate for this surgery, I'm going to put that off because I live in Hawaii and I am in the military. Yes, we know this. If you didn't know this, you know this now. I'm currently active duty military. In Hawaii, the military hospital called Tripler has been infamously renamed Crippler because people who go there, infamously, they are notorious. Therefore, unbeknownst to me, ruin people. Because I've heard rumors, I don't know if it's 100% true, but it's a training hospital where they'll let newer surgeons do a lot of stuff. Hey, buddy, on someone else, not on me. I'm fucking good on that. I'm good on that. When I go, I want the head of fucking orthopedics working on me, dog. You're out of your goddamn mind. Because my whole life is being physical. Like, it's such an important part of my life. And I'm tired of living in pain. So whatever. Excuse me. That was disgusting. I'm very sorry. I am sick right now. And you're just going to fucking deal with it. Grace and patience, please. I'll kiss you on your forehead. So what is happening? What's happening? Oh, so I have to go to my doctor and say like, hey, it's not just the right hip, it's the left hip as well. It's both hips, which now has caused knee issues, ankle issues, back issues, neck issues. Like everything is now fucked up because of them. And I'm going to tell them I'm not going to do the surgery here. And I'm also not going to do the injections because the injections is just temporary pain. You know, it just sucks and hurts and it's only temporary. I'm going to stop. I don't want to have to deal with any issues with the military because as you know, once you get like injections and whatnot or go on light duty or limited duty or anything of that nature, it can just make life harder and more of a headache. I'm good on that. I'm almost to the end of the road. I'd rather just stick it out like I have been for the past 5 years, do what I've been doing, and then come when I get out. I'm going to come when I get out. That's for goddamn sure. Come the time when I get out, I will be able to, go back to the States, pending I should receive disability for my hip issues. I will be able to go to a hospital more of my choosing, one that I can trust more, and do the surgery at that time when I'm better inclined to actually finish the recovery and be able to do it well and have the services that I need and the time that I need to do it correctly. So I set myself up for success. Because the last thing I'm going to do is listen to people. The military is just infamous for screwing you over. Okay? I'm not going to talk too much on these things until I get out, but just know that if you have no connection to the military whatsoever, know that they are so well known for just screwing you and then telling you it's your fault and then telling you that you should thank them for doing it. I mean, it's really just the most toxic relationship in the world. But outside of that, Hito has left the villa. I hate my life. Answer to that, Huda has left the villa. She's with her therapist. Outside of that, what else has been going on? Love Island has come to an end. That's very nice to see. I'm tired of hearing about that fucking show. I mean, that show was a fuck fest. That show was the worst. I mean, it's not the worst. It's just really annoying, man. Huda, look, if you're defending Huda, there's something wrong with you. She is toxic. Look, okay, here's one thing where I will give at least some grace and patience for is at the end of the day, the production team for Love Island is creating a show. They want eyes on the show. Ad revenue is what they get. That is what they will get. The more people will watch and talk about their show, right? So obviously there's a lot more that we are not seeing that happens behind the cameras, behind the scenes, that they're just not showing to us because the producers get all of this footage and they get to build a story. They build a story on what they think is going on and what the picture they want to paint to the audience is, right? I'm sure we will hear, well, actually, I guarantee we won't because I know they signed NDAs, but some point down the line, someone's going to slip up and say, like, that's not how it was, dude. Like, not at all. And two people will be like, no, it's true. Like, that didn't, like, the way it looked to you guys is not what really happened, and that's just what happened. Whatever. But if it walks like a duck, looks like a duck, and quacks like a fucking duck, I'm going to call it a goddamn duck. So when Huda, not once, but twice, three times? You're such a you're so dominant. Nah, I can tell you like being dominant. I think that was the third guy. I don't know if anyone was different. I can't fucking remember who all the people were. There were so many people on that show where I'm just like, who's who? God damn. I would proudly say I was a Huda hater from day one, bro. Day one, the show came on. That's disgusting, Michael. Michael! I was a Huda hater from day one. Day one, she got to the villa. I thought it was funny because I was like, she looks familiar. I'm watching it with my friend Liz, Megan, Anna. And I'm like, she looks familiar. I'm like, what? Show's going on. I'm like, she just looks annoying. And I was like, it's pissing me off. Like, she looks so familiar. I look her up on Instagram. Lo and behold, I met her before. I met her at another event where she's mutual friends with people I'm friends with. And I had met her somewhere. I can't remember which event it was, but I was like, I knew it. I knew I recognized her. I knew it was you. Yeah, so whatever. Huda hater from day one. Looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. I'm going to call it a goddamn duck. Not once, not twice, but three times. I'm pretty sure at the very least. This motherfucker was just toxic as shit. And something that, and mind you, I'm seeing clips on TikTok, which is just like the popular parts that get shared with me. Because I'm not sitting there for 36, 38 episodes, an hour plus each, watching this show. I'm sorry. I have a life. I don't know how y'all do that. I don't get it. But what I will say is, I'll get to that point. From what I saw, look, dude, she lacks accountability. She gives off narcissist, lacking of accountability, lacking of self-awareness. I'm not wording that correctly. She is lacking self-awareness, self-accountability. She is a narcissist. She has narcissistic tendencies at the very least. She is just very manipulative. And it is so... And I don't want to make assumptions, but she is a mommy. I'm a mommy. mamacita. No, like I'm a mom. Like, like to a human child. Yeah, like I'm a mom. Like to a baby, like a human baby. Mommy's little meatball. It could stem from her being a mother. Oh, that sounds like I have mommy issues. Well, I do have mommy issues, but listen, where she's in control, she's dated, but she doesn't. Her and her baby daddy are not together. Obviously, she's on this show. That'd be crazy if they were together. And she's obviously single if she's on this show. So it hasn't worked out for however long. She might have picked up tendencies of power because she has a daughter, and that's how that works. You are in control of this person. I mean, I'm only saying this because I'm thinking about the scene where Chris is laying down going to bed and they're trying to sleep. And this motherfucker's laying next to him going, hey, I'm going to count to 3. And if you don't roll over, I'm not going to talk to you at all tomorrow. I forget which manipulation tactic that is, but it's like it's not a quid pro quo, but it's like a do this or this will happen. I forget the name of that one. Fuck. A, manipulative. B, childish. I'll count down for you. 3, 2, 1, done. Get out, bye, leave, we're done. People have very much, I couldn't be on that show because y'all would hate me. Y'all would end up hating me. Because who was that girl from the other season where it was Love Island USA, I think, where it was like, I think his name was Ray, the guy with the tattoos and the overalls, but then the other girl who was dating him at first, she was a crash out. She fucking lost it plenty of times. And I remember being like, damn, she's fucking crazy. I hate to say it. That might end up being me. If it's for production purposes, hey, you want me to put on a show? I'm going to put on a show, baby. That's not who I am, really. For me to crash out genuinely, bad shit's got to happen. Actually, I've talked about this with my boy Chandler plenty of times, where we'll be at the gym working out, and I ask him, like, yo, what would it take for you to, like, fight someone, like, for real? And he was like, we both answered the same thing. And it was like, you can say whatever you want to me, and I'll be able to go, all right, bro. Like, if you're someone who's like standing there being like, you're fat, you're this, you're that, you look gay, you look X, Y, and Z, you look dumb, or what have you, I can take myself out of the situation real quick and go, nice, bro. Like, cool, bro. Like, nice. Yeah. Like, you feel the need to belittle someone or talk to another human being that way. Like, yo, I'm good on that. I'm not even going to waste my time with you. Up until it becomes physical, if you start to physically harm me in any way, yeah, then I'll put hands on you. Outside of that, no. And then it comes down to anyone around me in my circle where, like, if you are mean to people around me or you're becoming harmful to the women around me in any way, if you're making them uncomfortable, if you're talking to them like they are not getting respected how they deserve to be, et cetera, brother, you got nothing coming. Here I sounding like Tommy fucking Tough Knuckles, but that's just how it is, right? Outside of that, I'm a very, like, graceful person where I'm cool, calm, and collected, where I'm like, hey, let's just all calm down, bro. Like, if I made someone mad, I'll be like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to. That wasn't my intention. I didn't mean to make you mad, whatever, what have you. Until it becomes physical, then it's whatever. Outside of that, you will not see me, like, lose it or crash out until it becomes someone that I care about is now, like, I need to stand up for them. Because that I will get in trouble for. I will not get in trouble for, like, me not being able to control my own emotions about a situation I got myself into. But I'll crash out about trying to defend other people, trying to help them in a situation where they need help and I can help them, right? I don't remember how I got there. Damn. What else happened to me? Guys, I got a new watch. If you're not watching on the video, turn your phone. If you're watching the video, you can see it right now on my wrist. If you're not, it is dancing. The diamonds are dancing. It is a Jubilee. Nope, not a Jubilee. It is a John Mayer. It's a John Mayer AP. This watch was $500,000. Yeah, so that's what I'm wearing if you're only listening to this podcast. This is a really nice podcast. What? Fuck off. No, all seriousness, I did just get a new watch. I got the Garmin Fenix 8 Solar Sapphire. And I'm very excited about this because I had like the Garmin Instinct. I had like the Apple Watch and whatnot. And I've just been wanting to track like my sleep and stuff a lot better because recovery is very important. I've felt like I've been off my game recently. Like I'm sick, but then like leading up to it, I was just kind of off my game. And that could just be like from enjoying life, going out and having fun on the weekends with my friends, having a couple drinks here and there. Obviously, I'm not going to be in peak physical performance if I'm doing that, but it just felt like I was getting harder impact. I was getting impacted harder? Who was doing that? Who's impacted who harder? I am. That's what I'm saying. What's that scene from Ted? Oh, it's when Ted and the lady are screaming at each other through the windows. Someone goes, shut the fuck up. And then Ted and the other person look at them and go, shut the fuck up, grandma. Like they both start yelling at them. Anyways, yeah. So I got a new watch. This thing was expensive, but it seems to be worth it. Like this thing tracks everything. Like first of all, my shoulder. If I look at my health, first of all, right now my body battery is 38. It was at like something. My sleep score last night was 74, even though I got 6.5 hours of sleep because I slept like trash. 74 is not good. That's like a C. But I slept like trash. But I guess like true. Darius. Do y'all know who Darius is? I love Darius. Oh, you know who I love? Okay, I'm just gonna end it with this. My recent obsessions, and then we'll get into this at another point. I just want y'all to know what my obsessions are recently so that the next time we talk, you guys have done research and we could all get into it together. First up, Bug. Go on TikTok and look up Bug. I adore her. She is so fucking funny, dude. She's so funny and she seems so genuine and she just is the best. I love all of her content. She is so funny, dude. Second obsession, not just Billie Eilish. Like, Billie Eilish, obviously, like, gorgeous, amazing artist, amazing creative, like, just awesome, right? But the obsession with her is the Judah edits, or Judah edits, or there's a Squid Game edit of her. Just Billie Eilish edits, bro, where it's like, Judah, 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 ga, ga, ga. Fire, bro. What else? Fuck. Yeah. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, other obsessions. Sorry. Billie Eilish, yes. Obsession. What was the other obsession? What, bitch? What was my other obsession? What was the first obsession? Bug, Billie Eilish, my watch. But then I already told you all about the watch. The next one was the antipasta story on TikTok. We're going to talk about that next week. And actually other things I'm not going to tell you about. Oh, there's something really exciting happening that I can't wait to tell you all about next episode. And I hope that when I do tell y'all about it, a lot of y'all are able to also take part and we can all have fun and it'll all be really super cool. That's the goal. Oh, fuck you. Whatever that was. What was that? What was that? Yeah, but hopefully everything worked out on this podcast. Sorry, I had technical difficulties in the beginning. Like I said, it's a process. It'll all get gooder over time. My grandpa used to always say gooder. Well, he still does. That sounds like he's dead. Just growing up when I saw him more often and spoke to him more often. I should call him. Now I'm sad. Growing up, he would say gooder all the time. And my Gigi would always be like, Lynn. Well, she's from Jersey, so how would she sound? How does she sound? Hey, cup of coffee. Lynn. Oh, man, it's so funny. But it's getting gooder over time. Hopefully, as you can see, the damn ham, the video shouldn't be as blurry. I don't know why it was so blurry on last episode. Hello, I have a necklace on. Why is it in my shirt? I don't know why it was so blurry last time, but it was blurry as hell. I know y'all saw that. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it looked like I recorded on a fucking potato. It infuriated me. Hopefully, I finished saying what I had to say earlier. I'm sorry. What the fuck are we trying to... Yeah, so hopefully everything worked out. Hopefully this is all good. Oh, my God. Brad! I'm going to throw up, Brad. But, yeah, that's it. Oh, I wanted to come up with like an outro that I always say. But what did I say last time? I forgot, but I liked it. Oh, I remember. Yeah. Thanks for watching this episode or this week's episode. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. I love y'all. Bye.